about this money. Everybody's favorite little mama, Ashley. I am the screenshot gangster. I really love Karen's relationship with Raven. Why is she so petty? His response in that text message was totally uncalled for. She won this week's interview looks. But yeah, Grace, don't be worried. Nobody really knows how to drive. Mia's storyline is everybody hates you. But I'm sure she got everything fixed. Okay, that means from the rooted to the tutor. Am I missing something, or is that very similar? What's up, everyone, and welcome back. For those of you guys who do not know me, my name is Rizzo, and we are recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 6, Episode 4, something at the Pajama Jam. I really forgot to say Jiminy Crickets last episode, and I am so mad. But let's get to this, y'all. I'm gonna start this one off a little differently. Yeah, we're gonna get to the text message. Yeah, we're gonna get to the Pajama Jam, you know, all the controversy over there. We can talk about that. But let me get through the cast members really quick. I actually want to start with the fact that you should ignore my eyelashes because I'm going in a minute. No, I really want to start with Robin's friend, Ascala. Why is she so petty? Is this really the only way that you can become a housewife now? Is to like stir everything up, start drama, talk about people. Last week she said Karen's a drunk. This week she said Mia's intimidated by us. And it was like, I just started to like you because one, you're cute. Two, you brought Ashley a gift and it was the first time you ever met her because you were invited to a pamper party. And I'm like, perfect, she's great. And now this. And I'm like, I know she's being influenced by Robin, who's always being influenced by Gisele, to stir something up because that's what they think we the people like. But like, come on, y'all. You're too new to be this messy. Okay, moving on to the person who actually brought Ascala to the group, to Robin. This week, we found out that Robin gained 14 pounds during COVID, much like the rest of us. She mentioned that she had no zest for life. She just wasn't into it, like depression. Juan's response naturally as a former athlete and as a coach is, yo, just get up and work out. Yeah, I believe that working out can actually help to reverse that, but you got to get the zest and the drive to do that. You can't just sit there and yell at someone and tell them to do it. So hopefully we get through that. But since working out in the freezing cold ain't it, like we have to reschedule. I don't know if y'all had a time where you had to film, but you must reschedule this. There's no reason why people should be coming to work out in full bubble jackets, okay? The last thing I'm going to say about Robin is she won this week's interview looks. This look, I don't know if it's the season yet, but this is Robin's best ever. This was definitely one of the best this season, this episode. Candace has the other good interview look that was this episode. I always love when, like, Candace is so tiny. I always love when she has her hair up really high, really big. So those two, I actually might give it to Robin. She killed that. Let's move on to Gisele since they're BFF. Well, first of all, what do we think of Robin and Gisele's friendship? I know they say they're best friends, but is it out of like necessity? Because everybody always has beef with Gisele. They're named the Green Eye Bandits. What was their relationship like before this show? Were they as close and why? I'm really curious. Is Robin an AKA? No, Robin's a Delta. Gisele's an AKA. How did this happen? Someone do some research for me. Also, really quickly, I can't get over the fact that Gisele looks so young in the face and the body, but she has that little old lady, little scoot, scoot, scoot walk that she does. It's killing me. The next thing that we saw this episode is Grace going in for her third permit test and unfortunately failing on national television. It was embarrassing before, but now you're doing it on national television in front of your mom, in front of your two sisters who made a joke out of it, and in front of all of America. I will say it's the permit test mad people fail. I personally didn't, but you know, that's neither here nor there. A lot of people fail their driver's test and they fail their permit test. Like it's a one and done. I think you can only get like 3 questions wrong. But I both got my permit in New Jersey and in New York. Don't even ask. I guessed on 2 questions, so there's that. And there's still people who are driving around who can't drive. So I do remember, talk about small world, y'all. My driver's test, of course, was in Queens because that's where I was from. Everybody goes to the same location in Laurelton. Would y'all know, when I got in the car, my last name is Rizzo, and I grew up in a black neighborhood. So if there was a Rizzo, you knew that we were related because it was me or my sister. Everyone else, there was no white names anywhere except for the 2 of us. So I get in the car, and this girl is like, Rizzo, oh, are you Christina's sister? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, come to find out, she and my sister had beef, or they didn't like each other or something. I knew she ain't like my sister for some reason. And Shorty was just not engaging at all. As soon as she figured that out, she ain't want to talk to me. She ain't want to have any she ain't want to say shit. She just started writing shit down right away. And I'm like, bitch, I didn't even pull off. What are you doing? Then while I'm taking my test, y'all, she's on the phone with her friend the whole time. This is before earpieces too, dating. And so the phone is right here. I'm over there fam, you can't see me. Shorty's like, you're going too slow, points. You didn't look at your mirror over here. I'm like, bitch, how can you see me with the phone right here? I think at that point, the speeding limit in New York was 30, now it's 25. And they were told like you go between 15 and 30 or like 20 and 30, something like that. So I'm probably going mad slow, son. I'm probably going like 20 miles an hour. And Shorty's like, you need to go faster. And I was like, you can go between 15 and 30. And she was like, yeah, but you need to go faster. And took off points for that. I was like, what beef did you have with my sister? So legit, if I could have gotten 16 points off means you failed, Shorty gave me 15 points off. And I was like, you little. But yeah, Grace, don't be worried. Nobody really knows how to drive. Let's be serious. All right, moving on to Karen. Not a lot besides like the drama that I'm gonna talk about a little later. But I really love Karen's relationship with Raven. They seem so happy they seem like they were best friends. Honestly, like, hey mom, I missed you. You look great. You look great, sweetie. Let me tell you about my life. Ask your daddy to upgrade my ring. I will say, Karen said, I'm so proud of Raven. Raven has landed her first job in New York City as an executive in corporate America. Now, Raven, you just graduated. What executive? Quickly on Candace. I'm not mad at Candace's vocals that they were doing here. She actually sounds okay. It's just the fact this filter's crazy. It's just the fact that like it's coupled with Candace. I didn't see her as a go-go singer anyway, but it just seemed like she was happy to get on. Oh, I will say, bravo, you petty as hell. I always live for it, but you're so petty. When they showed her house, it was like Candace and Dorothy's house. Okay, let's get into everybody's favorite little mama, Ashley. Ashley, 39 weeks and probably 6 days. And she is waiting for this little baby to come, but she is still out. I love that she and Michael are still going out. I don't understand why they bring the hospital bag from the car to the restaurant, right? Are you planning to have the baby in the bathroom of the restaurant? Can you not go to the car and then go to the emergency room? But you know, do you, boo-boo? I think Ashley was probably like, just bring the bag and I just want them to see what it says on the outside. Now, Michael says that he wants to be a film producer. I think it's so hilarious how people with money are just like, you know what I'm gonna do today? I don't really know what to do with all this extra money. You know what? Here's what I think I'm gonna do today. I always have this conversation with my friends about people who have money wanting access and people with access wanting more money, right? No one usually has both except for the like top. That's why a very wealthy Michael wanted the access to an NBA, a former NBA player, Juan, right? That shows how cool he is. Look, I am friends with NBA player Juan Dixon, right? Whereas Juan and Robin are like, that's cool. We need some more money. Let's talk about these businesses. What can we flip? How can we make sure that this income is always flowing in, right? We always have that issue. I think I said this before, but y'all remember when I was talking about this job, whatever, it was at a record label. And after listing my salary requirements, this is back, after listing my salary requirements on the job application, she came in probably $25,000 under that. And I said, oh, no. And she was like, oh, well, we're looking for people who really want to work in the music industry. And I was like, yeah, that's great. I want to work in the music industry, but I have to fucking pay my bills, ma'am. And then all of a sudden they came up with the money. But I'd already accepted a job at my current company now. So there was that in hindsight. But back to Michael as a producer. I'm not sure people understand what producer is because like I said, wow, my shirt is really the color of this blanket. Hello. Have you ever met someone with ADD? If not, I want you to be aware of what just happened. And know that that's how their brain works and how we always have to combat additional thoughts. Kind of like right now, I see the white on my nails and I just want to look at it even more. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. But producers really just provide the funding, right? The extent of what they do is they find a producer, they find a director, they find writers, they find that staff, right? And they will seek that out. But once they figured that part out, like, okay, I like what this is about, then they're really hands off. They're just the dollars after that. So Michael won't be involved in the day-to-day, but whether or not that company, that film, that was short will make money for you is always up for debate. You're essentially a film investor. And then we saw Mia's storyline, right? She came in the show expecting that this storyline would be her storyline. Oh, I'm a businesswoman, I'm a mom, I'm juggling career, entrepreneurship and raising these kids. But now my husband has to take the back burner and raise the kids while I'm doing this. So they're attempting to still allow that storyline to go, but Mia's storyline is everybody hates you. So we also learned that Mia got vaginal rejuvenation, not just clit restoration, whatever. But when they say that and everybody's like, oh, do you know the difference between this and this? I'm sure she got the whole number. I'm sure she got everything fixed. Okay, that means from the rooted to the tooted. So I don't know why y'all friend like me don't know what she's talking about. She probably got everything done. She probably was thinking like, I can't say pussy. Let me say clit. But speaking of plastic surgery, have y'all noticed that everybody comments on Wendy's boobs, but no one says anything about her butt? Okay, y'all know me. I am the screenshot gangster. So yes, I have the screenshots of those text messages, and we will put them up here. But let's talk about this pajama party. Also, I say pajama, not pajama. So there's that. And all the issues surrounding this text message. First and foremost, why are you supposed to come to the pajama party in pink? And did everyone not get the memo? Because there was all black and then there were some other colors. What's going on? 2, I do not like how Gisele walked in and immediately said, hi, hater. That's rude. And you only saying that to somebody who you know won't give it back to you. She would never walk in and say that to Wendy. She would never walk in and say that to Mia, especially not now. That's some like bully shit. You only bully people that you think you can take. I don't like that. Now, Mia's response in that text message was totally uncalled for. It was unwarranted. I don't know why she thought that she should respond that way, but I see what happened, okay? What really happened is that she saw someone telling her, 1, what she couldn't do, and 2, talking about her friend, so she thought. And she's like, you're not gonna tell me what to do. I think that is a trauma response for something that we won't even get into. And then 2, you're telling me don't bring Karen, as if you can tell me what to do, and as if you have issues with Karen and you're gonna let me kiki with you, and making it seem like I'm hanging out with the enemy. Why would I wanna hang with you and you telling me not to bring my friend? Like, no, this is the person who brought me in the group. Why would I allow you to sit here and establish a relationship with me when you're just gonna talk shit about my friend to me? That's not gonna happen. Even her response back to Robin was like, oh, like, what are you doing here? Like, oh, well, this is what happened. I'm sorry if you took it this way. Like, ma'am, not sorry if you took it this way. You know you were wrong. So I didn't like the way in which she responded there. But when she went to go apologize to Gisele and own it, Gisele was on some, well, I'm still upset. Don't you ever talk to me like she had to give her this rude energy. She interpreted it correctly because that was rude. But like, you didn't have to do that and stand your ground like that and let her know, like, you will never talk to me like that. All right, she came and apologized. Let's have that moment. Let's move on. The last thing I'm going to say on this is that Karen said to Gisele before Mia came in, she was like, well, I can understand. Your text said, don't bring Karen. Gisele said, no, it didn't. It said without Karen. Am I missing something, or is that very similar? You were saying to exclude me to my friend. We can always hope that my friend will have my back like that, right? I don't know if she needs to respond in that way, but definitely come and tell me, and don't fuck with the enemy. So I don't know, y'all. I don't think Mia's storyline is going to last this season because we don't really care about that. We're trying to figure out what's going on with them. And obviously, the drama ain't with Candace and Monique anymore. The drama is going to be with Mia and everyone. The good thing there is that I see and I live for Mia's petty. She got into it with Wendy. Wendy started talking crap about her on Twitter after the episode aired. She said, oh, Home Essentials line and you're creating candles? Well, guess what, guys? Here's my new candle. This past episode, I think Ascala said something about her on Twitter. Something else happened. And she was like, you know what I'm going to do? Create a makeup line about a pajama party, a lingerie, whatever it was. Mia is about this money. She said, look, you are helping me to launch several businesses because y'all are petty. Mia is doing exactly what I said about the last episode or the one before. If you get on this platform, make sure you use it. I am not mad. I will see y'all next week.